Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Puffco Peak Pro dab of the day. Today is Thursday. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I try to build things for you all out of real life, out of not only real life, what I experience, but we're aligned because I want to do it out of the real life I think many of you are experiencing. So today, what I want to talk about is loneliness. It's a difficult topic for many people to even address, but I want to do it. I think it's important. Being alone and being lonely are not the same. Loneliness, I guess you'd call it draining, upsetting, overwhelming. And if you have solitude that you've chosen where you want to be alone, probably feels peaceful, energetic, energizing, maybe creative. Two totally different things, loneliness and being lonely. So it seems to me then, along those lines, there's got to be a lot of different types of loneliness. Not everyone experiences loneliness in all situations. For example, not everyone wants a romantic partner. Some people are perfectly fine living alone. But for some other people, the lack of certain types of personal relationships brings really heartfelt loneliness. So once you've pinpointed a particular type of loneliness that you're experiencing, that we experience, it'll be easier to find ways to deal with it. I've thought about a number of different types of loneliness. I'm sure I've overlooked them, but let's discuss. How about new situation loneliness, where you've relocated, you've moved to a new city, you don't know anybody, or you started a new job and it's who moved my cheese, you got a new boss, new coworkers, all that stuff. And how about this? Everybody knows this one. You've got a new school you're starting. Hello, this is Senior Stoner. He's the new kid. Please all say hi. Next thing you know, you're out in the hallway and they're all making fun of you as the new person. You've all been there. You've all been there. And you know what that means? You're lonely. Okay, in those situations, it's isolating, difficult. How about the way I feel a lot and the way many of you feel? I'm a different person than most people. That loneliness. The loneliness that you're different and no one understands. You're in a place that's not unfamiliar, but you feel different from other people in an important way that makes you feel isolated. Maybe you have different views about faith than they do. The people around you don't share it, and you don't share it. Maybe everyone around you likes outdoor activities, running around, and maybe you can't do it or don't want to. How about if it's hard to connect with things that other people want to talk about that are important to you? And how about you're just hit with the loneliness that hits us all sometimes, and it's part of the human condition? How about that one? It comes in many different flavors. There truly is no sweetheart loneliness. Even if you have lots of friends and family, you're going to feel lonely sometimes because you might not have an intimate attachment of a romantic partner. Or maybe you have a partner, but you don't feel a deep enough connection with that person. So occasionally you're going to feel lonely even if you do have that partner. So it's very difficult to go through these different types of loneliness. I got to tell you, and I'll say it out loud, sugar's my best friend. So how about no animal loneliness? How about people who know they need a connection with animals but don't have one? How about that? Think about it. If you don't have an animal in your lives, you don't understand what I'm saying, but if you do, you know the loneliness when They're not home when you walk in the door. When they don't jump up to see you, you feel it immediately. It's an immediate teardown. And I call it no animal loneliness. Well, how about simply no time for me loneliness? How about you're surrounded by everyone that seems really friendly, but guess what they don't want to do? They don't want to jump from friendly to friend. They're too busy with their own lives or have a lot of friends of their own already. So you'd like a deeper connection with these people. They're not interested. Or maybe your existing friends have entered a new phase that means they no longer have time for things. How about friends that get married? Friends that find a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You know how it is. And you have less time for them and less time they have for you. Well, guess what? How about everyone has started working long hours or started a family and your social scene changes? So people have no time for me. Well, guess what? It happens all over the place. Another type of loneliness comes from relying on friends that are untrustworthy. And unfortunately, you don't know about that. Your friends don't show their true colors until the going gets rough. When the rough stuff starts to happen, you will know. Instead of somebody going out for a cup of coffee with you, you will know if that person is truly your friend. Well, what about what I'll call quiet presence loneliness? You feel lonely simply because you miss having somebody else's presence. Mrs. Stoner is a very thoughtful person. She's quiet. She could sit and read a book. I'll be watching TV or something. Keep active. Read a book. She has no problem with it. But she's still present in the house. Think about it. So, unfortunately, there's nobody that you can hang out at home with right now with what's going on in the world other than who's home with you. And you can develop loneliness even with those people with you. It's crazy. And it's so important to realize the why of the loneliness, because only when you know the why can you hope to address it. If you're a no time for me lonely person, the solution would be to work with people on a project so you're doing something together. What do you think of that? You know, parents used to say to you when you were in school, oh, get on a project with somebody. Be a lab partner. It's easy to make friends. It's true, it was. But today, the way the world is, I could have gone to 100 scenarios of being lonely. Very difficult to go through life feeling lonely. But everyone does it. I'm going to say it again. Everyone does it. Everyone has a time in their life, a time in their day where they're not just alone, but they're lonely. I hope I've talked about it so that many of you who feel this way can start addressing it, because that's how you fix loneliness. You fix loneliness first by admitting you are lonely. It is not unmanly. It is not un-alpha. Everyone gets lonely. It's time we all who are lonely face it and try to come up with ways to deal with it. It's critical. Because what I didn't say is what loneliness can do to you. Loneliness can drag you down, tire you out, because you're always going to be searching for what you can't get. Companionship might be that thing. So here's to all the lonely people out there. You're not alone. There are ways that you'll be able to bring yourself around and feel less lonely, even if you don't have people physically in front of you. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. Send me your comments. I love them. Here's our Diamond Sativa Dab of the day. Excuse me. It was a good one. Have a great one, everybody. the real senior stoner. Cheers.